mixler.com/Oluyole 98.5 FM. So you're welcome. Today is the 29th day of September 2020. Gradually. By Thursday, it will be Happy New Year for Nigeria. October 1. Are you ready? According to the Honorable Minister for Information, it will be a year-long celebration. Low-key, but for 1 year. I don't know what kind of low-key that means anyway. It is low-key, but we'll celebrate for 1 year. All right, so from Thursday, we'll see how they will begin to roll out the drums. Nigeria will be 60. I think it's worth celebration. That at least we made it to 60.
Well, it's what celebrating, like you said, but this year-long celebration, that's what gives me some concern.
It's low-key.
It's low-key, but definitely some private pockets will be filled with public funds in the course of that 1 year. And that's, the usual Nigerian thing. That's what I'll give me some concern anyway. So millions was spent on celebrations. Low key. You'll not be wondering, low key indeed.
Okay.
By the time the books are opened at the end of the celebrations, and even mid celebration, you begin to wonder.
All right. What we had is that it will be low key, but it will last 1 year. All right, we'll go straight to the papers. I have a copy of the Punch newspaper,
and I have a copy of the Nigerian Tribune.
Breakup warning. 60th Independence Anniversary. ACF warns Osinbajo over utterance. Ohaneze Afenifere orders back VP. Okay. That's right there, front page of the Punch newspaper. Breakup warning. Arewa Consultative Forum warns Osinbajo over utterance, while Ohaneze Afenifere orders back VP. Okay.
Nigerian Tribune has a series of interviews with eminent Nigerians and elder statesmen, coming from Pa Ayo Adebanjo. What must be done to save Nigeria from the precipice and the collapse of national ideals? Not faulty amalgamation is Nigeria's problem. That's coming from Sonny ex-Arewa Consultative Forum Secretary General. And gains made by nationalists have been liquidated, says Amechi, Nigeria's first republic minister, not the Minister of Transportation. Now, we have not transferred allegiances from ethnic nationalities to nationhood, says Adeniro. That's former Education Minister, Professor Tunde Adeniro.
That's his own opinion. Okay. All right. We'll see where that leads us to. Different opinions. And these are elder statesmen anyway. Okay. We've not been informed of tariff hike suspension. Disco. Here we go. We have not been informed. They are yet to receive the memo of tariff hike suspension, says distribution companies.
Well, there's a 2-week window. Labor leaders have betrayed Nigerians. That's coming from workers. Protest in Ibadan, Benin, and Nasarawa Delta orders, and while labor suspended strike. All of these on page 6 of the Nigerian Tribune.
All right. Sex toy shop assault. Court orders senator to pay attendant 50 million naira. Remember Senator Elisha Abo.
Honestly,
50M.
I was wondering if this man would actually walk free. Not the magistrate that said he had no case to answer. Discharged and acquitted.
Now we know he has a case to answer. 50M. And that lady will even open another shop. Well, it's good. Yes.
Forget about whether that lady will get 50 or whether she will actually get justice. The good thing here is that, well, he has been made to actually face justice, and then something has been pronounced. The pronouncement is what we should be comfortable with. It's very doubtful whether she will actually see the justice being implemented. But at least
it's been seen. Justice is being seen to be served.
To have been served.
Yeah.
Most likely will appeal, and I don't know where that kind of appeal will head, because the evidence is just too clear. We are not lawyers, but that definitely are. the evidence is there, the assault on video that went viral, and he himself coming out to, actually apologize for the action, for his actions, and all these things were actually taped. So it's still a mystery. That magistrate that actually said he wasn't guilty, and then he had no case to answer.
Well, we're happy about this new decision.
All right, we are talking about corruption the other time, but probably the celebration, low-key celebration of 60 years of Nigeria's independence might be another jamboree in corrupt practices. Now, this banner headline of Nigerian Tribune this morning: 2.67 billion school feeding fund found in private accounts.
ICPC.
Yes, ICPC.
It's also 2.67 billion. You remember Madam Disaster? Sorry, Minister for Disaster. I apologize.
Tola,
stop rubbing this thing up. I apologize. It was a mistake. Minister for Disaster Reduction and Humanitarian Affairs. That's She said they were going to feed children that were not in school.
Will be fed at home.
Homegrown school feeding program. That's the title of the project. The name of the project. When all schools were on lockdown, it was obvious there was going to be fraud. It's just obvious. It's obvious. I mean, you don't need any special training to know that people will steal money with this.
And right under the minister's nose.
Okay. 2.67 billion naira school feeding funds found in private accounts. They were keeping it. So that when school resumes, they will feed.
Well, for safekeeping, may not be safe in the public accounts.
It might be savings account. So they're helping you to save it. Oh, wonderful.
And there's a rider that says another 2.5 billion are found in the seized Agric Ministry staff account.
They were the ones supposed to supply food items, or is it the rum? Wonderful. All right. I hope the kids who are at home who never got a grain of rice will not rain some or send forward some, or email some courses to these people.
Did some children actually get anything?
I don't know. The project never happened in Oyo State. I think it was in Ogun State, Lagos State, and some northern states.
And they actually went to people's homes to feed their children.
So 2.67 billion grew wings and entered some private accounts.
Remember this.
Welcome to Nigeria.
The snake and the monkey theory. Well, at least they are not saying that this time around. This is more realistic in private accounts.
I wish the minister was there when the ICPC boss was saying this. He said it inside that oracle.
Then,
right there in front of Mr. President.
Mr. President was there.
The purported relationship between and the minister is now married though. She's married to the chief of air staff. Okay.
No, let's go there.
All right. We'll take more headlines.
All right. We also have this one. 82.9 million Nigerians are poor, says Akume. Why would they be poor now?
I know. Are we surprised?
When the 2.67 billion is going to public money.
I mean, that's money that is supposed to go somewhere in some private accounts. It's obvious. More people will be poor. It's as simple as that. Okay. Let's see. Many other stories can we take? Beginning to go into politics. Let's see some political headlines here. You have some from there? Yeah. Mimiko seeking third term by supporting Akeredolu's deputy, says APC. I think there's some serious face-off between the current governor and the former governor.
Mimiko seeking third term. Has that been permitted in our constitution? Or is it third term by proxy?
Well, something is happening in Edo State. Though. You remember the House of Assembly where some people felt they don't need their governor. Speaker, 9 Edo Assembly members visit Obaseki. Something is about to happen. It's okay. We're due for a commercial break. When we're back, we'll take more headlines. Don't go anywhere.
The Global Youth Leadership and Girl Child Foundation, in partnership with the Broadcasting Corporation of Oyo State, BCOS, presents the 6th International Interdisciplinary Conference on Raising Girls' Ambition, RAGA 2020. Theme, Advancing Women's Career for Sustainable Development. Date, 13th to 16th October 2020. Venue, virtually via Zoom and also in person at the International Conference Center, Lead City University, Ibadan. Calling on academics to submit abstracts and papers. Calling on young women between the ages of 18 to 25 and above to apply for Women Business Ownership Program for the prize of up to $10,000. Secondary school girls aged 12 to 16 are to submit essays, creative arts, and enter for debate and quiz for the grand prize of 50,000 naira for each competition. Conference fee for virtual 5,000 naira, in person 15,000 naira, and for secondary school 1,000 naira. For registration, contact 0815-271-9250 or BCOS Commercial at gmail.com. You can also contact BCOS Major at yahoo.com or visit BCOS Room 5, Iliakede, Bashorun, Ibadan.
So glad to know you're still there. It's Conversation with Dayo and Tola, and of course the radio station is Oluyole 98.5 FM. We'll take more headlines.
INEC begins demonstration for electronic voting. That's on page 2 of the Nigerian Tribune.
Yeah, I saw a short clip yesterday where they were showing, said, yeah, it's the way to go.
Moving forward.
It's the way to go. It's the way to go. Hope we can perfect it ahead of the 2023 elections. But the most important thing, does our constitution recognize it?
We need to do the needful. Actually, also the National Assembly will begin to engage the National Assembly over these matters, provided they are comfortable with it, the politicians.
Permutations have started happening ahead of 2023. Party celebrates as Uduaha returns to PDP. This man went to APC and he's been there for a while. What could have brought him back to PDP? Permutations ahead of 2023. Okay.
Things are not always what they seem. We've been talking politics now. Some people said it's like football. So to the average politician, it's not really about the people, it's about winning.
But what happens to ideology?
That's where I was going. It's always about winning, not about the people. Well, if it's about the people, then ideology comes in. But no people, no ideology. It's just about the next election. It's always about the next election. Okay.
The story you took is also here. INEC plans migration to e-voting meets machine producers. That's on Punch newspaper.
El-Rufai heads APC committee to reconcile Fayemi Ojudu others in Ekiti. On page 27 of the Nigerian Tribune. Fayemi is El-Rufai is an antecedent. How good would he be at mediation and reconciliation? Actually,
well, never say never. He might just have a way, of doing some things. Obaseki dissolves campaign cancel, and you have Buhari to inaugurate Itape Warri speed train today, Tuesday. And rice production has increased by 1.2 million metric tons, says the federal government. Is that not Nanono again? Okay, all right. Okay.
But it's not getting cheaper.
It's increasing by the day. By the day. All right.
Lagos financially, economically stable. That's coming from the Lagos state government. And 17,000 communities affected by flood in Niger. PIB Silver debunks scrapping of NNPC. That was on page 27 of the Nigerian Tribune.
Okay. Thought government has no business doing business managing refineries. We'll make it illegal to export raw minerals, says Minister. And you also have federal government plans emergency agri projects to diversify the Niger Delta. That's also inside the Punch newspaper.
Buhari launches national ethics integrity policy, says corruption against our core values. Indeed.
I hope that is not people's core value today.
National ethics integrity policy. What happened to rebranding? Remember rebranding?
I think it's part of rebrand. It might be part of it. It just might be part of it.
Yeah.
You have APC government planning bridge linking Ondo with Lagos, says Sanwo-Olu. That would be nice. People can move along that corridor instead of having to come all the way again. I mean, it's a long road, but if they can connect directly, brilliant. Just the coastal corridor, Ondo, Ogun, straight into Lagos State. That would be really nice. So it's in the Punch newspaper. APC government planning bridge linking Ondo with Lagos, says Sanwo-Olu.
Yeah. Osinbajo calls for reform of international tax system to fight illicit financial flow. Page 25 of the Nigerian Tribune.
We also have here, Oyo workers, students protest, accuse labor leaders of betrayal. It's right here. So there are solo protests yesterday.
We have crime and human angle stories. 8 killed in Lagos, Ibadan, Anambra auto crashes. Military sustains air onslaught against terrorists. That's talking about Borno State. Lawmaker raises alarm over invasion of constituency by killer herdsmen in Plateau. Couple, 2 others arrested for alleged possession of human skull in Ogun. And Namochakun has come to stay, says Sunday Igboho.
Oh, is he a member?
Well,
maybe he applied. Or it could be one of your warlords. I'm just wondering why he would be making such a comment. It could be part of them.
Well, the Nigerian Tribune describes him here as a renowned Ibadan businessman and Yoruba culture enthusiast. Chief Sunday Adeyemo, popular known as Sunday Igboho.
Well, he has every right to also comment too, just like you do and I do. So that's his opinion, and he has every right to it. Federal government 774,000 jobs. Ministry raise lawmakers slots. So you eventually I thought they were not willing to. Politics. Okay. Federal government's 774,000 jobs. Ministry raises lawmakers slots. Details right there in the Punch newspaper.
Our government to develop, promote Idere Hills through public-private partnership. That's talking tourism development.
And we might not have had the last about the purported challenges of the Oluyole of Iwo. It's purported because I don't have facts to prove it. It's just what they have been writing that we have been reading. Reject call for Oluyole's removal. Iwo chiefs tell Oyetola. Okay, all right. You want more? Check the Punch newspaper.
Also, is the chiefs now versus the kingmakers? Kogi community alleges marginalization in appointive elective offices. And then Olukoyi comments on governors' forthrightness. New crop of farmers need training empowerment. All this from the community page of the Nigerian Tribune.
We have fuel price insecurity top agenda as National Assembly resumes today. After long time recess. Okay, welcome back. World Bank approves $20 million post-COVID-19 grant for Ekiti. And INEC plans migration to e-voting, meets machine producers. National Assembly will work on PIB 2021 budget simultaneously, says leaders. And this is one very, very important news. 36 states drag federal government before Supreme Court over courts funding.
Well, we'll say that the executive order by Mr. President is a violation of the Constitution. Actually, that I think they listed the courts in particular, which should be funded by the federal government.
Sometimes I wonder, what is the AGF doing? You should advise the president. Really, not like I'm trying to absolve the president and before people say you are supporting Buhari again, but I'm like, someone should advise the president in making decisions like this. These are constitutional issues. It's clearly stated in the Constitution.
The AGF is too busy with other things. You know what those other things are.
Okay, all right. Okay. I mean, you don't. I mean, these are not things you should expect. Mistakes you should expect from the presidency. They are okay. Somebody who wants to ask me that you are saying AGF. What of the VP? Is he not a lawyer? I heard you, and I've just said it. I don't know.
The VP has his duties and responsibilities.
Tola. Okay, all right. But I mean, you do not. Normally, you shouldn't. This should not be happening. These are clear-cut, statements in the Constitution. It's clear-cut. You don't tamper with it for whatever reasons. But well, it's been done. So, and for the 36 states to agree, something is not right.
General.
They can't all be wrong. I mean, AGF. Well, it was also joined in the suit anyway. I hope they do the right thing and not try to manipulate things. We are talking about the courts here. And should we be manipulating the third arm of government, the judiciary? Should we be doing this?
But it was some AGF that was trying to change the constitution of the Nigerian Association single-handedly. So
are you saying it might be? Even in this one?
It just might be in the picture.
Wow. Okay. All right. Okay.
Right. Subsidy removal. Federal government sets up modalities to distribute 2,000 buses. Promises are about to be fulfilled.
2,000.
Just 2,000.
Okay. At least if you get one or two in Ibadan, you are fine. At least you would have seen something. It's better than nothing. Abi.
And those are the palliatives.
I hope the buses will come on time.
Just to cushion the effects of subsidy removal.
I think it was part of the requests by the labor leaders when they were agreeing on or negotiating 2 days ago. So we'll see how that works out. We need it anyway. But those buses too will use fuel.
And are we going to be riding them free? If they are palliatives.
I'm sure I'm not the only one smiling now or laughing. Free. Okay. All right. You have more story before we go to sports?
I think we're good to go for sports.
Okay. Israel Adesaya's picture here. Talking about his victory over Costa. Adesanya doing us proud, beating Costa in the second round via knockout. KO. Says, Dad made me shave my hair before Costa fight. Adesanya. Okay, that's good. Daddy.
Abi, that was some Yoruba.
It's not impossible. It's not impossible. And I just like the guy. He will always prostrate for his father. I think the father is the manager or something. He will always prostrate for the father and say, well, Yoruba, this and that. And he does not care whether he's having the bouts abroad. He will speak his Yoruba to even address the the camera. A brilliant guy.
Only people like Banani. You know what that's shaving.
But they will never understand. They just see the guy beating them like anything. Correct guy. Israel, I'm with you. He's dominating his weight class in the UFC. Good one from there, representing big time.
Well, the Nigerian Tribune simply has this on its sports page. Features the column actually. Nigeria sports at 60. A cause for celebration. Analysis of world of sports in our country.
To ask us, when last did you win a major trophy, win a major tournament? Well, we'll get there. It's
well, we've not done too badly in 60 years.
I mean, if you want to look at the whole 60 years, I mean, we have not done badly,
especially in the world of football.
Except maybe recently, somebody said it's like military people used to collect more cup than civilian. If you check the history.
Well, I think a major cause of that is the fact that, well, what I know about the military, they are very good when it comes to reward system. I mean, well, they might be corrupt. What is basically yours, they wouldn't deny you. And I think maybe from what they have learned from their primary constituency, the soldiers, they would obey the last order. They would never raise their highs against their superior.
Definitely.
Except when you tamper with what belongs to, no matter how small, the soldier would always want you to, okay, give me what is mine. I don't care if you eat the rest, but what is duly mine, give it to me. And when they are in government, honestly, in fairness to them, they always do that. So, but the civilians, would you apologize?
All right. Watford to complete Trust Ekong signing today, and they have ex-US captain Dooley applies for Falcons job. AFN awaits WA decision after appeal court ruling. So that's that on the sports page of the Punch newspaper. We'll go straight to the meat of the news. Time check 7 a.m. Destination time 7:30 a.m. We'll cook you something ahead of 1st October so that on that day you'll be able to enjoy the program better. So keep a date with us 1st of October on Conversation with Dayo and Tola. Watch out. Okay, so let's leave it at that. We go straight to the meat of the news. You want to find the first shot?
A 2.67 billion school feeding funds siphoned to private accounts, says ICPC. Oh, siphoned, that's the word used here.
Clearly was Tola.
Does siphon mean the same as stealing? Semantics.
Okay, take the story.
All right, it says another 2.5 billion are found in deceased Agric Ministry staffers' accounts. And the chairman of the Independent Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offences Commission, ICPC, Professor Bolaji Owasanye, has revealed that the sum of 2.67 billion that meant for school feeding during COVID-19 lockdown has been traced to some private accounts. He said the money was released when the children meant to be fed with it were not in school. The ICPC boss disclosed this on Monday in his keynote address at the second National Summit on Diminishing Corruption with the theme Together Against Corruption and a launch of the National Ethics and Integrity Policy. The event held at the Council Chambers of the Presidential Villa, Abuja. He also disclosed that over 2.5 billion naira was appropriated by a senior civil servant in the Federal Ministry of Agriculture to himself and his cronies, noting that the culprit is now deceased. Vanity upon vanity. And the ICPC chairman also said assets have been recovered from the Agriculture Ministry, including 18 buildings, 12 business premises, and 25 plots of land. According to him, under Open Treasury Portal review carried out between January to August 15, 2020, out of 268 ministries, departments, and agencies, MDAs, 72 of them had cumulative infractions of 90 million naira. 2.67 billion school feeding fund siphoned to private accounts, says ICPC.
Well, here's my comment, and I even posted it on social media. I said the fraud called homegrown school feeding program during lockdown was just too obvious for even the blind to see. It was only a question of when it was going to be revealed. Everyone knew that something was not right with our project. Everybody, it was obvious that something was just not right about that project. The only question is, when we will know what actually happened? And I think we are beginning to see now.
And I also have a question as to whether the ICPC has gone after the perpetrators or not. Must it take the ICPC chairman coming to that particular forum to come and reveal these issues? What I would expect is that, okay, these things have been uncovered and the perpetrators are now in custody and are undergoing investigation. But honestly, being that as it be, I think the Minister of Humanitarian Affairs and the Minister of Finance should have some questions to answer.
Yes.
Over this matter. Recall that, like you said, so many Nigerians were miffed when the Humanitarian Affairs Minister said children not in school will be fed at home during the COVID-19 lockdown under the school feeding program. And, well, personally, I didn't see a single Nigerian parent coming out to say, my child has been fed. Well, it's encouraging that at least some of these things get exposed, even though it is doubtful if anyone would ever be brought to justice. We've seen these things happen before, even in more recent times. But I feel concerned as issues like this continue to puncture holes in the credibility and sincerity of the present government, especially regarding its commitment to the anti-corruption war. Only yesterday, at the same venue, the president was reaffirming his commitment to end public sector corruption. And I believe the reason Mr. President is not winning this war is that justice in these matters have been rather selective. The impunity with which the school feeding program funds would be diverted into private accounts smacks of not just conspiracy at high levels, but also a sense of security on the part of the perpetrators who believe they would most definitely walk free with such brazen acts. So, like I said, has ICPC moved against these people, or are the powers of the ICPC limited?
I want to believe they've been tried, because if they're mentioning that amount of money, they most likely have recovered it. The ICPC boss was actually sharing their successes in recent times. So most likely this is a success story already. Whether they've been tried, I don't know. But I want to believe they must have recovered, at least if they have been able to trace it to some certain accounts, they must have been able to recover it. The only question I have is, I always say this, I thought we were fighting corruption. This should not be happening. No, it should not. It should not. And then the nerve with which some people still perpetrate such atrocities under this same government, sometimes I'm flabbergasted. I'm like, really?
No lessons learned.
Exactly. Should we be doing this at a time like this?
And like one of my former bosses would say, is it in our genes? Is it in our genes?
Wow. Breakup warning. 60th Independence Anniversary. Arewa Consultative Forum warns Osinbajo over utterance. Ohanaeze Afenifere orders back Vice President. The socio-political groups such as Ohanaeze Ndigbo, Afenifere and the Pan-Niger Delta Forum on Monday said Vice President Yemi Osinbajo's warning that cracks in the country could lead to its breakup should not be taken for granted. Ohanaeze Ndigbo, Afenifere and Pandef, in separate interviews with the Punch newspaper, supported the Vice President, saying Nigerians could not continue to live in denial. But the Northern Socio-Political Group, the Arewa Consultative Forum, admitted that there were unhealthy cracks in Nigeria. It, however, said that the Vice President should not make statements that would worsen tension in the country. Osinbajo, who was represented by the Secretary of the Government of the Federation, Mr. Boss Mustafa, during the October 1st church service, made that statement earlier in the week, on Sunday. Breakup warning. 60th Independence Anniversary. ACF warns Osinbajo over utterance. Ohanaeze Afenifere orders back VP. Is this becoming an ethnic thing? Is this not the division we are talking about? You know, I really don't want to go too much, because all this back and forth, it's not our job to cause division here. So, because if you continue reading here, sincerely, Tola, I can assure you, by the time we open the phone line, it will become, now.
North versus South.
So that's why I just stopped. There's no point. It's not our job to stoke ethnic tensions here. But really,
What we may want to take the sincerity or the purpose behind the essence to a cohesive Nigeria with some degree of caution. Well, I still stand with the ACF on one thing. The Sonny says here that collapse of national ideals, not faulty amalgamation, is Nigeria's problem. Now, I stand with him on this. I sincerely do not. Personally, I don't believe Nigeria was a mistake. The challenges to me are about us. It is about us as peoples, as different ethnic nationalities. What we have neglected to do, what we ought to have done, and we have neglected to do over the years. Put it down to issues of leadership, but then it's also about us as a people. I mean, we allow, in the first place, we allow elements that are not really in love with this country to get to the top through our votes, through the ballot box. And honestly, Dayo, I want to say that the military actually did a better job at uniting Nigeria, at keeping Nigeria one, than what civilians are doing now, than what the democratic institutions are doing now. So I think it is still possible if we get to a roundtable conference and we are sincere and not just a part of the country now wanting to be overbearing on the rest of the country. And I also believe even in that context, it is about a few people teleguiding the thoughts and promoting their own whims and caprices. Because from what you see happening in the northern part of the country now, you see that people are beginning to actually ask questions, especially the younger northerners. They are beginning to talk about the ideal, what this nation should be and what things should look like.
It's happening.
It's about a few people running an establishment, a few powerful people, which indeed are the problem of this country.
Well, we'll go to a short break. When we're back, we'll open the phone lines. Don't go anywhere.
The Global Youth Leadership and Girl Child Foundation, in partnership with the Broadcasting Corporation of Oyo State, BCOS, presents the 6th International Interdisciplinary Conference on Raising Girls' Ambition, RAGA 2020. Theme, Advancing Women's Career for Sustainable Development. Date, 13th to 16th October 2020. Venue, virtually via Zoom and also in person at the International Conference Center, Lead City University, Ibadan. Calling on academics to submit abstracts and papers. Calling on young women between the ages of 18 to 25 and above to apply for Women Business Ownership Program for the prize of up to $10,000. Secondary school girls aged 12 to 16 are to submit essays, creative arts, and enter for debate and quiz for the grand prize of 50,000 naira for each competition. Conference fee for virtual 5,000 naira, in person 15,000 naira, and for secondary school 1,000 naira. For registration, contact 0815-271-9250 or BCOS Commercial at gmail.com. You can also contact BCOS Major at yahoo.com or visit BCOS Room 5, Liliakede, Bashorun, Ibadan.
So glad to know you're there. Still conversation with Dayo and Tola right here on Oluyole 98.5 FM. We open the phone lines 080-5500-9850, 080-5500-9850. The other line is also available 090-250-3806, 090-250-3806. Our first caller is here.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, this is Ajikagola speaking from Oluyole, Gumoso.
Nice to have you.
Yes, this is Nigeria at CC. That was the Nigeria at CC. Congratulations. But Nigeria is full of endemic corruption, kidnapping, banditry, armed robbery. So I don't know how Nigeria is going to make a headway. God will help Nigeria. Second is on this rice production, the government is talking about. It's very hard for family now to eat rice though, because it's very expensive. Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you so much for making it brief. Isaac Agbola from Ogbomoso. Someone else is here. Hello, good morning.
Hello, Mr. Diaki.
Good morning, sir.
This is Alaji Lamkan from Ilewu.
Nice to have you, Alaji.
I just want to affirm that we are enjoying this early morning beautiful conversation.
Thank you, sir.
And most especially the melody of your voices.
Oh.
More to your elbows.
Amen. Thank you so
and
much,
more
sir.
power to your body.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
For the school feeding, sir, the 2.67 billion school feeding funds traced to private accounts and the 2.5 billion transfer to a deceased account. I just want to ask, what is the credibility and the sincerity of President Buhari's fight on corruption when all this are happening? Right inside his nose. I just want to ask, can you answer that question?
Thank you, Alaji.
You may not.
We cannot. We cannot,
The
Alaji.
feeding program during lockdown is nothing but a fraud.
Wow.
Good morning, sir.
Thank you, Alaji. Maybe Tola can answer. Me, I cannot.
Oh.
I can't. It's a
Big question.
I think someone else is there.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Lion, Tola.
Grandma.
Grandma.
Good morning, ma.
Is Grandma from Oluyole.
Nice to have you, ma.
I love this early morning topic. I support the first caller.
Oh.
But Dayo and Tola,
Yes, ma.
Ibo là ń lọ, Ibo là dé, ẹ̀yin ọ̀dọ́gbọ́n ẹ wò kí ẹ wọlé ẹ sọ bí adé fún wa. This country, Dayo, where are they taking us to? I support Osinbajo. Truly, I support them. They are taking us for a ride, though. If you trace this 2-point-something billion, it will be in other nice account. God bless us.
Oh. Okay. Grandma is in North Central. Grandma comes from Ilorio. So, who are these Northerners?
The corruption cuts across, actually. It cuts across.
All right. Okay. At this juncture, all right. The phone line is open. 080-5500-9850. Someone else is there.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Mokadam Isiaka Marafa calling you from Ogbomoso.
Nice to have you, sir. Go ahead briefly.
They said that their regime, they are fighting corruption. See what is happening now. See what is happening. Buhari's government are just deceiving us. God will judge them. God bless Nigeria.
Thank you so much, sir. Really appreciate you. Someone else is here.
Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Seems the service from your hand is not good.
He's actually close to his radio. So.
Hello. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Better now. Your name and location.
Yeah, this is from Ogbomoso.
We didn't get that name, sir.
Ayọ̀dé Oluyole from Ogbomoso.
Go ahead with your comment. Nice to have you, sir.
Well, I'm not surprised that the 2.7 billion discovered in private accounts. Because how can groupies who are at home be fed? Are they fed virtually?
Okay.
So we know that something is fishy.
Virtual feeding.
And
Oh, that's from your hand. That's from your hand. Abbas Abiola on Twitter, he says 365 days celebration. What are we celebrating? Insecurity, unemployment, corruption. Tell me, what are we celebrating? Bayo Badmos at Obeska on Twitter is also saying, did Nigerians really expect otherwise when their minister claimed to have fed school kids during lockdown? Somebody had to eat the food. either private account or private stomachs or both. Did Bayo
Private stomachs.
Thank you, Bayo Badmos. Abbas Abiola is also saying public money in private account. Is that not corruption? And the administration is fighting corruption. Irony of life. Mackay at Mackay04 says, are we really fighting corruption? School feeding funds in private accounts. Please, can they review the owners of the private accounts? How many more millions are in other accounts? If we talk now, they will say the project is for our own good. It was for your good, though. We'll go back to the phone line.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, Diane Tola.
Good morning, sir.
This is David calling from Ogbomoso.
Nice to have you. Go ahead.
Please, where is the Minister of Information? Lai Mohammed.
It's fine.
Is he no more the Minister of the Federal Republic of Nigeria?
He is. What would you have him say?
He's supposed to talk now. You want to hear from him?
Okay.
It was actually in the news yesterday. He said something about Buhari's performance. He rated the government very
you want
high.
to hear from him about happening in Nigeria now. He has
Okay.
speaking for Daniel Memorial, but now he's quiet.
All right.
He's supposed to speak out.
Okay.
Good morning.
All right. Thank you so much. We really appreciate you. Facebook is loaded. Ojo Olayinka Oluyole says politics is just an interesting game played by Maradonas, just that masses are the receiving end. Unfortunately, few ones on the bench, when they are called upon, they follow suit with no mind of changing the game for the betterment of the nation. From Abeokuta, oh, thank you. That's Ojo Olayinka from Abeokuta. We really appreciate you. The phone line is still open, 08055009850. Someone here. Okay, someone is here. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Morning, sir.
I appreciate you for doing a very good job.
Thank you so much, sir. Your name and location, sir?
I am calling from Shaki, Tola from Shaki.
Oh, nice to have you, sir.
Believe you me, we demanded and we call for all this nonsense.
Oh.
My first building in the year 1975 cost me 1,500 naira.
Wow. 15.
Now look at where we are now, where we are today. Look at where we are today. You see, we shouldn't blame ourselves, but we should blame the military. They said Shagari was not good, Tafawa Balewa was not good. Look at the mess we are facing now. God bless Nigeria.
Amen.
Well, the soldiers,
thank you so much, sir.
The soldiers have been gone for about 20 years now. We should be getting it right.
You know, that's why I always ask myself, too. By now, we should know how to run the country. By now. At least, even if it's just from 1999 to a date, we should have at least. If we are not yet there, we should be on the trajectory.
They've been gone for quite a while. The military guys.
When will we get it right? Matthew Olaleru says on Disco statement that they have not received order on tariff suspension. If I may ask, Diane Tola, who is fooling who? The Disco company or the federal government? Nigeria will hail D. Just pay your bills. So Disco said they have not received memo. Okay. Yes, they will cut your lights.
They will receive it.
Okay. Pay it now. They said they have not received it. If you don't pay, you're your own. Adio Tikunle S. Good AM, Mr. Diane Tola. Since 2015, when this regime has been committing all its efforts to fight corruption, is the corruption not running in our own veins and blood? 2.67 billion in personal account for feeding the invincible. Well, okay. On aborted NLC-TUC strike, it is now 1-1, a season film, because Nigerians too betrayed NLC in 2016 and the first time of PMS price hike by the same government. Have a nice day.
1-1.
Mr. Adio from is saying he's counting scores for us. Okay, all right. We'll go back to the phone line.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Diane.
Good morning, sir.
Diane from Ukero.
Oh, nice to have you, sir.
Well.
On the stolen money, I will say stolen, we had warned them before that this money will be siphoned.
It seems you are close to your radio, sir.
Oh, I'm sorry. How do you think that you are going to feed
children that are not in school. What was the government doing at that time? It is planned and is carried out successfully. It's a pity for this nation. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, sir. We really appreciate you. The phone line is still open. 08055009850. 0809850. Someone else here.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Dayo and Tola.
Good morning, sir.
I appreciate you.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you, sir.
Emmanuel Sandy Omatoso from Adolozu on the line.
Nice to have you. CSO.
You see, somebody says the military government that they did was 20 years ago now, we are not replying. See, now, when we say anything now, we say speech. But we keep silent and start looking. I support what Osman said, but some people that hate the truth, they hate the man. But federal government should remember, frustration without expression leads to explosion.
Wow. Frustration without expression leads to explosion. CSO, thank you. Wow. I mean, wow. Fatoki Kende Samson, thank you. Oladipupo, we appreciate you. We'll take a couple more calls before we go. Hello, good morning. Hello. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
That must be Mr. Falodu. Good morning, sir.
Hello, Mr. Falodu.
They can hear you clearly. 09025038006 08055009850.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Jansi.
Good morning, sir.
This is conversation from Malego.
Okay, go ahead.
You know, Nigeria following is Syria. Is from one thing to the other. In 1995, when Abacha was on the throne, he said Vision 2010. 2010 came, it met us in democracy. Nothing to be shown. Now, democracy now came, they said 2020 then, in the era of Obasanjo. Now, this is 2020. Now, some weeks ago, this present government, this Buhari government, said they are now planning for Vision 2050. They procrastinated our life for 30 years. Well, let's wait and see.
All right. Thank you so much, Joshua from Elebu. They didn't procrastinate; they are projecting. You know, Agbomojo Olewa Ajia is here. Says, "Good morning, Mr. Dayan Tola. Nigeria, my country, 2.67 billion in some private accounts. Yay! Oh, that's how she wrote it. This one, our original Inside Life season film. Ilias Agoro say, "Good morning, Mr. Dayan Tola. How was your night? Fine. Is this a country? We are a country. The last time we checked, the money they say they have spent is now found in private account. Nigeria. Well, he's watching these thief peoples. Okay, the time is coming. They would account for all they should." From Ilias Abimbola Guru from Otu. Thank you so much. We appreciate Ayode Adeyemi. We appreciate you. Ojuola Yenka Oluyemi. Thank you. We'll pick one or two more calls.
Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Morning, sir.
Alaji Ayilabogo is calling from Lanlate.
Nice to have you, Alaji.
We are celebrating a 50 years of old man who is still calling, who cannot work.
Wow.
Nigeria is celebrating abject poverty, unemployment, epileptic supply of power. Give it any name, insecurity.
Alaji. Oh, that was from you. Oh, and we're enjoying you. Okay, well, thank you. Can we pick one more call?
Hello.
Hello. Good morning, Mr. Dayan Tola.
Good morning.
Yamusura calling from Utanera.
Oh, nice to have you. Yamusura, go ahead.
God will be with us in Nigeria.
Amen.
I support First Tola and Grandma. What they are saying this morning about corruption in Nigeria. But what I know is that
Thank you so much, Yamasura. Really appreciate your comment on the program. Okay, do we have more comments? Rajia Fiz Abidemi on Twitter says on the issue of homegrown school feeding, well, it's now obvious why Mama Humanitarian insisted on feeding school children while they were at home. She also swore that every Nigerian got a palliative. This is a big slap to the face of every right-thinking Nigerian. Rajia Fiz, are you sure you did not get it? She said everybody got it. Everybody. Me, I did not get it. I don't know whether Tola got. I didn't. God is my witness. I did not get from the ministry. That's the much you can take on the show today. Boluaji is already in the studio. We have bills to pay. Till tomorrow when we come your way. I remain Oladayo Ogunbowale.
Tola.
Happy birthday in advance for Nigeria. By October will be 60. Have a great day.
Still all day. My confidence is never low, never on fresh. Cause I've got healthy front teeth and Oral-B 2-in-1. Got me fresh all day like ooh.
Use Oral-B 2-in-1 toothpaste for stronger healthy teeth and long-lasting fresh breath.
My generation is unbreakable. We know they fear. For what? Till someone says, I will tell your mother, Donatusu, put on your mask or else. Wear it for her. Wear it for me. Everywhere you go, MTN. Spread the message, not the virus. Visit wearit4.me.
Good morning, Ibadan. Good morning, Oyo State. Good morning, Nigeria. Time check at 7:30 a.m. And you already know that it's time to talk sport once again on Oluyole 98.5 FM. This lovely Tuesday morning. Good time to talk sports. I bring you the latest, the hottest, and of course the juiciest news that you can only get on this radio dial. Don't forget exclusive interviews. Yes, just like we do it, we drop it like it's hot. We break the news first before us wake up in the morning. My name is Boluaji Ogunmola. Yes, don't forget that you can listen to this show also online. Just visit www.bcs.tv, click listen to listen to us anywhere you are on planet Earth. You can also watch live stream on Facebook and on Twitter. Just make sure that you're following us on Twitter, and of course you like us on Facebook or to enjoy all our live stream right here on Oluyole 90.5 FM, the Trailblazer, the pride of the nation, you know, with the best in the West. Well, don't forget also of course a massive shout out to listeners on Agility FM 92.1 and Okeogun FM 96.3. Before we kickstart the show this morning, let me inform you that it's indeed a special week. Yes, not only for Nigeria, but of course for sports tidbit. Yes, I've got something special for all our fans of sports tidbit this lovely week. Yes, you watch out for that very one. Something special for each and every one. But of course, I'll let you know shortly. When the time is right, I will let you know. But of course, let's kickstart this morning with transfers. Yes, well, who ahead? Just 1 week left to to the closure of the transfer window. Who do you want your club to sign before the transfer window closes? Who do you want your club to sign before the transfer window closes? Are you a Barcelona fan? Are you a Manchester United fan? Real Madrid or Arsenal? Yes, who is that player that you want your club to sign before the transfer window closes? And next week, 08055009850. Massive shout out to listeners on Agility FM 92.1. Well, that's what we'll be discussing this lovely morning. Once you call, tell us your name, where you're calling from, the name of your club, and the player you want your club to sign. Well, let's kick start from the local scene this lovely morning. Well, Wiki Tourist head coach Usman Abdallah says that the reason why this club, Wiki Tourist, has been signing a lot of players ahead of the upcoming MPFL season is to transform the club from strugglers to title contenders. No fewer than 10 new players, including Jamiu Alimi, Kamala Sekiro, Jimmy Ambrose, Hamisu Sela, Bright Emmanuel, and the former Eimba star Stephen Chukwudi and Tumozenke have all joined the Wiki Tourists in a very busy transfer window. In the past 3 seasons, Wiki Tourists have finished outside the top 10 in the MPFL, managing to escape relegation despite a third place finish in the 2016 campaign. The former Eimba coach says that the quality of players that the club has signed so far is an indication that they want to change the narrative and start competing for major honors. Let's listen to the new coach of Wiki Tourists this morning, Usman Abdallah, addressing that particular topic. We'll be back listening to Spotted Beat on Oluyole 98.5 FM.
When you go back to like 5-7 years back, you can see where they are ending up in the league. They are always the whipping boys. They might start very well at the end of now. So we look at the history of the club, and we see it's a club that always tries to survive in the league. And if you have to change that mentality, you have to change a lot of things. You have to put a target. You have to raise the expectation of the team to go high. And doing that, look at the players that you are going to change and bring more experienced players that can compete well and get results. That's why we are trying to.
They listen to Wiki Tourists coach Usman Abdallah. Well, Abdallah led Eimba to their record 8th MPFL triumph back in 2019, a year after he guided the 2-time African champions to the semi-finals of the CAF Confederations Cup, where they lost to eventual champions Raja Casablanca of Morocco. So he's got big plans for Wiki Tourists. Let's watch out for Wiki Tourists this new season. Well, away from Bauchi this morning, let's get straight to Akure, where Benga Ogumbote says that Sunshine Stars will need to buy big if they are to match or surpass his achievement during his first spell as head coach of the club. The former Eimba and Rangers international coach was on Tuesday unveiled to lead the Owen Waves for a second spell after guiding them to the semi-finals of the 2011 CAF Confederations Cup and the 2012 edition of the CAF Champions League during his first stint at the club. To reach such height this time around, the Oracle, as Ogumbote is fondly called, reckons that the Sunshine Stars will need to beef up the squad following the mass exodus of some key players like goalkeeper Oluyole, who moved to Abia Warriors, midfielder Anthony Omaka, who moved to Eimba, Jide Fatokun of who moved to Kwara United, and forward Wasiu Juma, who joined the Plateau United. Not forget defender Jamiu Alimi, who moved to Wiki Tourists. The Oracle, former Shooting Stars coach Benga Ogumbote, is also on Spotted Beat this lovely morning.
Yeah, that has been my target. Everywhere I've been to, I always want to excel. And if you look at the situation surrounding the team for now, the truth of the matter is until the recruitment is carried out, one cannot actually say anything. But I'm optimistic that at the end of the season, it will equally end in praise. We just need to be really realistic with ourselves that the team has actually lost some of our quality players. And as such, we needed to, build up the team. And we'll do that. We'll look in that direction, believing that the management will support the case. So once that one is done, then we'll be able to get it right.
They listen to Bengal Gumbote right there, saying that his team needs to be reinforced. Last season, the Oracle Bengal Gumbote guided Lobby Stars to a 4th place finish on the points per game table, narrowly missing out to continental football, while Sunshine Stars finished 10th on the points per game log. Well, in 2018, he handed Rangers their first ATO Cup title in 35 years after they came from 3-0 down to beat Canopilas 4-2 via penalties in the finals at the Stephen Keji Stadium in Asaba. Yes, a big coach who needs the players to get the job done. Moving away from that, let's straight to Tunisia this morning, where after a scintillating season in the Tunisian domestic competitions, Nigerian international and the US Monastir striker Antonio Kpotu has been named the most valuable player in the Tunisian league. The former Lobby Star player left the country a few years ago after emerging the top scorer of the MPFL with 19 goals. Okpotu's 13 goals helped his team, US Monastir, qualify for CAF Confederations Cup after finishing 3rd in the league. Okpotu emerged top scorer in the league and also helped the club to his first domestic title, beating the league champions Esperance by 2 goals to nothing. It remained unseen if Okpotu will stay with Monastir following Esperance's bid for the striker earlier in the season. And after his game at the weekend, he says that he will need to sit down with his agent to know where to go next. We wish Antonio Kpotu all the very best. Well, Chelsea boss Frank Lampard has said that former Super Eagles winger Victor Moses is not part of his plans for this season. The former Liverpool player was a key figure as a wing back and helped Chelsea emerge champions under Antonio Conte, but has since struggled to repeat same performance when Mauricio Sarri replaced Antonio Conte. The former Wigan forward Victor Moses has spent a long spell with Turkish giants Fenerbahce and Inter Milan. When the Chelsea squad for the 2020-21 season was released, Moses was not allotted jersey number, which made fans casting doubt over being part of the team under Frank Lampard. Well, according to Lampard, at the moment, Victor Moses isn't in that momentum. Isn't in that moment with us. He isn't in the bubble with us at the training ground. But I know himself, and he's been training all the same. Lampard said all this yesterday. Moses, who joined Chelsea from Wigan back in 2012, scored 20 goals in 100 league appearances. He is expected to leave Stamford Bridge before the end of the current transfer window. Away from football, let's check out our stories concerning Tokyo Olympics. That's to tell you that the Olympic torch relay will start its journey on the 25th of March 2021 from the J Village National Training Center in Fukushima. Fracture and that was announced yesterday. In principle, the route and the schedule of the relay will remain as originally planned, as 2021 will mark the 10th anniversary of the 2011 Great East Japan earthquake. The rescheduled Tokyo 2020 Olympic torch relay will aim to showcase the recovery of the areas worst affected by the disaster. Well, we're looking forward to a great Olympic Games, and hopefully by next year fans will be allowed to troop in and enjoy the best of Olympics. Moving away from that, let's talk French Open this morning, where Rafael Nadal is bidding for his 28th Grand Slam title, which would move him level with the great Roger Federer's all-time leading men's tally. Spain's 12th time champion Rafael Nadal encountered a problem as he started the French Open yesterday with a 3-set win over Belarusian Igor Gerasimov. Nadal, who is 34, wrapped up a 6-4, 6-4, 6-2 victory in 2 hours 5 minutes against the world number 83, who was making his main draw debut in Paris. American Mackenzie McDonald, who is ranked 211th, is Rafael Nadal's next opponent and shouldn't be an issue for him, if you ask me. Well, US Open champion Dominic Thiem also moved into the second round with a 6-4, 6-3, 6-3 win over Croatia's Marian Cilic. Well, there were two surprises in the early afternoon matches yesterday with Fabio Fognini and Canada's Felix August Elasime dropping out of the competition. French number one Muffins, who seeded 8th, also went out later on Monday. And to the female category at the French Open, Roland Garros, Serena Williams began a quest for a 24th Grand Slam singles title with a hard-fought win over Christian Anna in the French Open first round. It ended 7-6, 6-love. Williams will play Bulgaria's Vetlana Pironkova in the second round of the competition in Paris. Well, away from that, quick, let's get straight to the NBA, where Doc Rivers has left his position as LA Clippers coach following their defeat in the NBA Western Conference semifinals. The Clippers blew a 3-1 lead in the 7-game series before being knocked out of the playoffs 4-3 by the Denver Nuggets on the 16th of September. In a statement on Twitter, Rivers said that he was grateful for his time with LA Clippers. Clippers owner Stephen Ballmer described Rivers as a terrific coach, an incredible ambassador, and a pillar of strength during the very, very terrible time that he spent at the club. Well, don't forget that we're talking transfers this lovely morning. Tell us the player that you want your club to sign before transfer closes next week. 08055009850 is the number to get across this morning. Phone lines are open already. While I wait for your calls this morning, let me inform you. Heading straight to the Premier League this morning, where Liverpool's new £45 million signing, Diogo Jota, grabbed a home debut goal. All right, I've got my first caller this morning, and I must say that this caller is actually a lucky caller. Well, you find out why once I pick up. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. What's the name and where are you calling from?
From Ahmed from Ilorin.
Ahmed, you're calling from Ilorin. Guess what, Ahmed?
I'm Arsenal fan.
You're an Arsenal fan. Guess what, Ahmed? You've just won for yourself 2,000 naira on the show. You just won for yourself 2,000 naira on the show. For being my first caller this morning.
Okay.
All right. Well, I will drop a number for you where you'll send your account details. All right.
Okay.
Yeah. So let's go. And you're an Arsenal fan. Tell us the player you want your club to sign.
So that match yesterday, I'm not happy at all. Because I'm a so, but it's not over. It's over.
It is not over until
I want Michael Arteta to sign to my party from Atletico Madrid.
To sign
so
to
that they help the midfielder.
All right.
He said to use Gareth.
All right, thank you very much. But quick one, just hang on while I call the number for you, all right?
Okay.
Yes, just put it down. It's 0815.
I call me and tell you that. Okay, 015.
669.
015.
669.
It's 0815
669 5449.
0815
669 5449.
269.
All right, you know what, Ahmed? I will call you after the show to give you the number, all right?
Okay, thank you, sir.
Your number ends with 910.
Yes,
Thank you
104910.
Thank you very much. All right, let's see who calls in next on the show this morning. But of course, a quick one. Let's check out the game that went down yesterday at Anfield Stadium, where Super Eagles right back Ola Aina was not included in Fulham's squad, who lost 3-0 as Craven Cottage to Aston Villa. But of course, the big one yesterday at Anfield Stadium, where Diogo Jota grabbed a home debut goal as the champions demonstrated their determination to retain the Premier League crown by coming from behind to record an impressive victory against the Arsenal Football Club at Anfield Stadium. Arsenal, who had won their opening 2 Premier League matches, went ahead after 25 minutes when Alexander Lacazette took advantage of Andy Robertson's error Error to bundle a close range finish past Allinson, but ended well, beating Liverpool, who maintained their 100% start to the season and moved second behind Leicester City. Responded instantly as man of the match. Sadio Mane pounced 2 minutes later after Arsenal goalkeeper Bernard Leno could only push out Mohamed Salah's shot, and Liverpool went ahead before halftime when Robertson atoned for his earlier error by getting on the end of Trent Alexander-Arnold's cross to beat Leno. Liverpool were far superior, but Arsenal will rule a great chance missed by Lacazette, who shot tamely at Alisson when he was clean through with the score 2-1, and their night was complete when Jota, making his Anfield bow debut following his move from Wolves, shot low past Leno from the edge of the area as it ended 3-1 in favor of champions Liverpool. Let's see if I can pick one more call before I leave the studio this lovely morning. For those asking why that surprise gift, let me inform you that it's actually my 1 year anniversary on this golden radio dial. Yes, that's why we've got that. Let's see who this lucky person is. Hello, good morning. Good morning. What's the name and where are you calling from? I didn't get that name. Idowu from Ayegun.
Yes.
All right, Idowu, you're also a lucky caller this morning.
Wow.
Well, I will reach you immediately after the show. But because of my time, I won't be able to take your contribution. Thanks for calling. Well, that'll be all on Spotted Beat this lovely morning. A big thanks to everyone who's in part of today's production. A bigger thanks to you for listening this morning. And of course, to my lucky callers this morning, a big thanks to you. Well, the special giveaway continues tomorrow. Do join us on Spotted Beat 7:30 a.m. Till then, you have a lovely, lovely day and stay safe.
Mikolo, my engine sounds like brand new. Is it not the same Mobile Super 1000 you used to service it?
Not the same Mobile Super 1000, but levels don't change.
Yes! Mobile Super 1000 XHP is now improved to meet standard of quality APISN. So, whether you buy Mobile Super 1000 XHP, Mobile Super 2000 semi-synthetic, or even the new fully synthetic Mobile Super 3000, you are guaranteed the APISN perfection in every drop.
Make it mobile.
Papa John, I am afraid. Have you heard of coronavirus?
Yes, I have heard. But you can get it through contact with a person who may have the virus or live in an area with ongoing spread.
That is the problem. Before you know a person has it, you may have already gotten it.
That is why we must stop the spread.
How?
Do not shake anybody's hand and avoid touching people. Do not touch surfaces such as rails or stairs, public door handles, etc. In case you do, wash your hands properly with soap or use a sanitizer. Avoid crowded places and practice physical distancing at all times.
Physical distancing? What is that?
It means maintaining a 2-meter distance from the person nearest to you at all times. Most important, remember to wash your hands regularly with soap and under running water for at least 20 seconds, especially after blowing your nose, coughing or sneezing, going to the bathroom, or even before preparing and eating food. Avoid touching your eyes, nose and mouth with unwashed hands.
Thank you, my husband. I feel a lot better.
Now go and wash your hand with soap and under running water for at least 20 seconds so you'll feel best. This message is brought to you by UNICEF Nigeria.
If you want big race, nothing's gonna stop you now. As long as you recharge with Great Nigeria Insurance PLC. Greatness is now.
Ìgbà tó tó gbá ní ṣe báàlẹ̀ omi kọ̀ǹkọ̀ tó tún kọ̀ǹkọ̀ ní ṣe báàlẹ̀ odò. Great Nigeria Insurance PLC ló tó gbangba sùn lọ́yẹ́ tíjàmbá ọkọ̀ bá ṣẹlẹ̀ lórí ilẹ̀, ẹrù lórí omi tàbí òfurufú, iná jó dúkìá tàbí alọ́kọ́lọ́ ń kígbe. Ilé-iṣẹ́ adójútòfò ìlú mọ̀ọ́ká ni Great Nigeria Insurance PLC ní alátìlẹ́yìn tó dáńtọ́. Ẹ̀rọ ìbánisọ̀rọ̀ +234 134 29161. Ẹ̀rọ ayélujára info@greatnigeriaplc.com. Èrè kọjá wíwọ́ nínú igbó.
Ìbàdàn Local Government Properties Company Limited Ring Road Ìbàdàn lóní kẹwàá bá wa dòwò pọ̀. Gbogbo olùgbé nípínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ gbogbo ẹni tó bá ti sanwó ilẹ̀ tẹ́lẹ̀ ní Sùkúrú Village Ìyànà Ọ̀fà phase 1, 2 and 3 Basọ̀rọ̀ Ògúnmọ́lá scheme àti Oluyole Estate and its extension Òkè Ìbàdàn Estate tó ń bẹ lákòbọ̀ Lágẹ̀lú scheme for industrial and residential Olúndé scheme náà wà níbẹ̀ ibi tó bá súnmọ́ ni. Omi tuntun ti rú o nípínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ lásìkò ìjọba tuntun. Ilẹ̀ rẹ̀ ò ṣègbè mọ́ bẹ̀rù gbogbo èèyàn tó ń fẹ́lẹ̀ níbi tó fọkàn balẹ̀ lórí ilẹ̀ ìjọba. Ìbàdàn Local Government Properties Company Limited Ring Road Ìbàdàn ni ó máa bọ̀. Plot ilẹ̀ ti wà lẹ́gẹ̀lẹ́gẹ̀ fún iléeṣẹ́ láti kọ́ sí àti láti rà fún bùdó ọjà. Àyàgọ́ ọlọ́pàá ilé epo lórí iná mànàmáná. Lọ́ọ́ralẹ̀ kọ́lé.